All of these people in my life acting berserk. I'm feeling all pissed off and hurt. I need to know if I am the jerk. Oh, am I the jerk? Oh.
Mother-in-law problems. Well, if you're married, there's a good chance you've probably had a challenge with the mother-in-law or two sometime in your life. This email that was sent to us, mail@kvjshow.com, says, we recently had a large family dinner with 12 people that included my husband, my in-laws, and several other friends from out of town. As we were being seated, my mother-in-law introduced me as, quote, her career-obsessed daughter-in-law who thinks work is more important than family.
Oh, my. To everybody, she said that?
Yep. You're talking about a large family dinner, 12 people, including my husband, in-laws, and several other friends from out of town.
All right, shots fired. I see you, hooker.
Well, after years of snide remarks and invasive comments about my fertility, right then and there, I finally snapped. And in front of everyone, I replied, actually, we've been trying for 2 years, and we have had 3 miscarriages, but thank you so much for sharing our private medical information with strangers.
Oh, this is so good.
I could tell my comments stunned the table, and my mother-in-law was visibly embarrassed and turned red.
Good.
She walked away in tears, and my husband went running after her. When they returned, my mother-in-law tearfully claimed that she had no idea about the miscarriages and that she felt humiliated. Somehow, she now absorbed all of the table's sympathy, while I got cold stares. My husband later suggested a private conversation instead of a public confrontation. Would have been much better. He said he would have handled his mother's comments more diplomatically if I hadn't blurted out my comment first. So now what was a hurtful moment has now turned out to be shameful for me. Am I the jerk?
No, you are not the jerk at all. You answered her. She started it. And the rest of the table just kisses her ass because she's the oldest lady in the family and she should be allowed to have this bad behavior. She's the matriarch. No. You called it out, and everybody's all butthurt now because you said the truth.
If the table's all upset, which that sounds weird, that means the mother-in-law holds a bunch of money or something.
Yeah, she's got the power.
She's got some kind of Easter egg of money, or some kind of nest egg of money, I should say, and they're kissing her butt.
Yeah.
You're not off base for saying that.
Well, you said she's had snide comments the whole time towards you.
Yeah.
So she says another comment. Why is she allowed to say things to you and you can't say things back?
Why is she allowed to introduce you to the table as the career-driven, not wanting a family woman? That's not even true.
And also him chasing after his mom like they're lovers. Oh, Mom, are you okay? Nah, I got to stick with the wife on this one.
Yeah, he really does. You know, your body language and how you react in that moment as a spouse, it says a lot. And I'm sure she felt like she was completely abandoned. And then she's like, how did this just turn on me? I was put on the spot. I was shamed when I've gone through painful experiences trying to have children. And I simply tell the truth, and now I'm the bad guy.
Because your mother-in-law knows how to work this table. She turns on the waterworks, starts crying, gets all upset. Oh, I've seen this act before.
You know what it's all about.
Guess who did this? My first mother-in-law.
She'd have tears?
Yeah.
Do you think these tears were real tears or fake tears? She was able to cry, probably.
They're probably real because that's how crazy these hookers are. They're probably real tears, and they're self-absorbed tears, and they're dramatic tears, and they're just all about me tears. And I got to make every moment all about me. And ugh.
I even throw the husband's a jerk on this one, too.
Your husband doesn't have your back, and that's a big problem if you want to stay married.
Yeah.
My husband better have my back in that scenario.
Right. One text says, why would the mother-in-law feel comfortable even saying that to her? Clearly, her husband is not doing his part by keeping his mother in check.
Because the mother-in-law's gotten away with it this long.
She says whatever she wants.
The dam finally had done busted, and that's what happens.
She said it in front of people that weren't even a part of the family. Yeah. They were friends there. She felt so emboldened
I like it how you kind of threw a little guilt in her face at the dinner table. It reminds me of my family. I love it.
And somebody's saying, hey, you guys often talk about, setting boundaries in private, having these conversations. And they said, they say that is only effective when you have mutual respect.
Right.
And sitting down and setting boundaries with somebody that thinks they're the alpha in a situation, it's just going to roll in one ear and out the other because they don't care. They're like, it doesn't apply to me. I am the alpha here.
That's the reason why I always say, and you're right when you say it, Virginia, like, oh, you guys got to sit down and have therapy or whatever. Not everyone's down with therapy. And if one person wants to go, I've seen it happen so many times where the other partner goes, I'm not going to therapy. No. And what do you do in that situation? When one wants to go, the other doesn't. That does happen.
Yeah, I think if you aren't respected by your husband and his mother and a whole entire table of family, this may not be the family for you. Mm-hmm. This family is going to choose mother-in-law over you. And if you can't figure out how to just distance yourself, this ain't your family.
Be careful of the person who's got patience and doesn't fight back for a long, long time. That's a volcano. I mean, the patient person can erupt at times, and it's not good.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, well, if you need a little bit of feedback, because clearly she felt like she was outnumbered in this situation. I feel for her, and she just needed somebody to kind of say, I'm not the crazy one here, right?
She is not the crazy one. You were being set up for that, and you finally snapped back, and your mother-in-law knows how to play everybody in this family like a fiddle.
That would so go down different at my house, how that whole scenario is. Because if anybody said anything like that at the dinner table to someone else's significant other, they would start a fight right at the table to defend their...
Well, everybody at the table should call out the mother-in-law, and they would if they were the right kind of family.
Yeah, it's massively out of line.
The fact that nobody said anything to the mother-in-law and they want to dump everything of the blame on the daughter-in-law, this family is a mess.
I feel like the mother-in-law, her name is Mitzi. I think she's got a lot of money, and she never hears no. That's how I'm seeing it in my head.